Hello, and welcome back to everyone's favorite show. Meredith is a disappointment to everybody, but mainly to herself. I read one book in June. I was supposed to read at least 4. I even had that carryover because I failed May. Now I failed June. So today we'll talk about the single book I read in June and then my plans for July. Yay! Which, like, if you only read a book a month or less than a book a month, you're still a reader. Good for you. Everybody reads at their own pace. I've just set certain expectations for myself, and it's hard. So, carried it over. I brought in one book already this month. It wasn't me. It was my grandmother. She sent me one. And plus 3 because that's how many I failed by last month. Alright, so the one and only book I read in June finished reading in June, is Defending the Player by Eloise Tynan. I don't even think this was part of my TBR last month, so sorry. But yeah, Eloise has, since her first, I don't know if it was her first book, it was an early book. I don't think it, since the first book in this series, which is, I think she just calls it Pearson U, because that's where they all go. It's set at a college. She reached out to me through social media and was like, hey, do you want this free copy? And I said, yeah, sure, because I was really early in my bookstagram at that point and I had not learned anything yet. Today, I usually will not accept copies in exchange for books because I have learned that it puts so much stress on me to give them a good review. Like, they've promised nothing in return other than just giving me the book, and there's almost always like in exchange for an honest review, but I just feel so bad because I know that they know that they've given me the book, so I know they know I have it and that a review is coming, and if I don't like it, I feel so bad because I'm fairly confident they will see that I don't like it. So, but all that said, so I accepted her first book, which is, they're down in this corner, on the main bookshelf because I do love them. It's Shooting to Win, Waiting to Score, and then this one is Defending the Player. And I loved it. I think it was 4 stars, and then the second book, 5 stars. Amazing. This one went back down to 4 stars. But it's still like good. So my point to all that is I will not accept free books typically today unless I'm like really confident I'll like them. I want to read everything she puts out forever. I love her. I love her as a writer. It's just like what you want. It's what you want out of romance books. So, and I've rambled this far without telling you that it is a college basketball team, and that's the romance. Each book is about a different member of the team finding love and having a lot of sex. So, yeah. Doing stuff. What? Oh, I probably should. Now I'm out of it. I've lost it. I love my mom. I shouldn't have talked to her like that. Anyway. I've lost it. A book I read a lot of this month, but couldn't hack it, is The Irishman. So interesting. So interesting. And I'll talk more about it next month. I love seeing like the workings of the mob. Which, like, that's not supposed to be what this book is about. This book is supposed to be about like Jimmy Hoffa. That is not what this book is about. It's just not. Frank Sheeran and closing the case on Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah, that's to draw you in. What this is really about is the mob. And I would have read it if it was just about the mob. I'm so interested in this. I'm so invested. Thanks. All right. Obviously, I'm still saying that I read most of that in June. So I said new nonfiction for July. We're now getting into my TBR for July, by the way. This Idea Must Die. It's like scientific theories that are blocking progress. There you go. Explained it much better than I would have. I've read the first couple before. They're all only like a couple pages, like 3 or 4 pages at most. And it's just like scientists, just like renowned people in their fields coming forward and being like, this is something that we all believe and we shouldn't. And what I found really fun about it, with the first few I read, like a year or 2 ago, is that the way they edit this is so fun. They contradict each other back to back. I love it, because that's like, I think that's the point of this, like science. You can interpret things so differently. There's such like bias in science. And so like one will be like, we shouldn't believe in this. This is much more believable. And then the very next little essay or snippet or whatever will take that second thing and be like, we shouldn't believe in that. We should believe in this, and like go to like a third thing, and they just keep like going off of each other, and it's so cool. Or they'll be like, we shouldn't believe in this because of this, and then the next person will be like, we shouldn't believe in this, the second thing, because of this. So then that kind of like nullifies the one before them because that doesn't disprove that. It's so cool. This is making no sense. I don't know, but I think it's really cool. I chose it in honor of that thing with the black holes rotating each other and gravity. Physicists are really excited about it, so I chose this in honor of that, even though I do not understand what's happening. And then, aside from that, it's just the same TBR as last month. We've got Batman, Haunted Night. Very excited. I love The Long Halloween. And this is the next one in that continuation. Lunar Love. I watched last month's like recap back, and I realized that it was kind of sounded like I was saying that my best friend who gave me the book signed it and put her name in Chinese. My best friend is not Chinese. The author signed it, and that's the author's name, Chinese stamp. So I just wanted to clarify that in case that wasn't clear. It still feels so good in my hands. It just feels good. It just feels good in my hands. Very excited for that. Cute. And then the Florida Review, which I've read stuff from before. Very pretty. I didn't even touch it this month though, so yeah, that's my lit mag for this month. And now it has significance because I am visiting Florida for a bit. Last but not least, I'm including it here because like technically it's part of my TBR, but I'm trying to think of like how do I get back in the reading groove. I think when I was, you know, in my mind, I'm always like, oh yeah, in summer I'll read so much. And I think it's because like when I was in school, and I've been out of school for like 7 years now. When I was in school, summer was like so free, you know? And I was always much more of like a sit inside and read kid than a play out in the street kid. So as a result, in my mind, summer is when you get all your reading done. But it's kind of flipped now that I'm out of school, because now I don't sit at home and read during the day and then go out and have fun with my mom at night. I work all day, and then I have money to go like do adult things and do fun summer things, and reading just doesn't happen like it does in the winter when I work all day and then stay inside and cozy and read all night. So I need to get out of my mind that summer's the big reading time. Obviously, summer is not the big reading time. I'm now going on 2 months of not meeting my reading goals. So what do I do? Rambling, what do I do to combat that? I'm gonna try and do like some little reading challenges or whatever. One thing is I am visiting Florida Review, wonderful, this month to go to Disney with my best friend and her family. And obviously I'm just gonna have a personal item, so I can't like carry a whole bunch. So I just need to bring my Kindle, and the one thing I have on my Kindle right now that I haven't really read is War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy, which I know is a big honking book. So the idea is basically going to be that I will bring this. I'm not allowed to start reading it until I get on the plane down, and I will see how much I can read by the time I land back in Philly at the end of the trip. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot going on in Disney, but I'm thinking I can like whip it out in the lines and stuff. We'll see. We'll see. And aside from that, I also have the beach this month, which I don't work during. I do remote work, so I could work during. I don't work during. So that can be a heavy reading time if I want. We'll see. Hopefully this month will go better. And that's all, folks. Yeah, I'm gonna go to a parade. So I'm gonna have a good day. I hope you have a good day. I'll see you next week. Would your kids like